Mheranian artillery has been striking forward fortresses along our northern frontier. Our Wolverine strike aircraft are answering back. The metaphysical arm has been busy. Here are some images of the damage they inflicted on a Gaul solar power plant. The screen flickered slightly, and then there was footage of an extensive solar power gathering facility. It consisted of a few substantial buildings and towers, surrounded by many moving semi-reflective panels. There was a momentary pause, and then through the concrete-covered ground burst forth a blackish-purple tendril of unnaturally large and flourishing vegetation. Another broke, though, and then another. Within 15 seconds, the entire sprawling complex was completely engulfed by the enormous, dark, spiky vines. Its reflective white walkways and structures were buckling under the force of the expanding plant. It was obvious that the pictures were recorded at a great distance, because when the shot zoomed in on the individuals that were being killed and maimed by the magically induced growth, they were blurry. The presenter's face was back on screen for a moment. His eyes bulged with excitement as he said, "And then!" The screen lit up with white flames as the 4 HS-33 Wolverines delivered their payload on the crippled power plant. The deep purple vines had been created magically by forward war magicians to be especially flammable. "And you can expect plenty more of that." The announcement was in a propaganda-filled voice that sounded somewhat like that of an overstimulated schoolboy. Authorities, both civil and military, are still searching for that treasonous deserter, Garan Eid, Reg Hash I 136472, rank Corporal, Unit 7 DLI. His capture is a matter of national security. Reward, 500,000 credits alive, 300,000 credits dead. Last known position, Firebase Gavin, Northern Frontier, DST-1, Grid Ref, 236 a 732 J. A suspected fire elementalist was his accomplice in its destruction. Reward, 250,000 credits dead or alive. Last known position, Delicate, Gaul territory. 750,000 creds for old Jack, he uttered quietly, grinning grimly as he considered the task at hand. First, there must be some preparation if he was to attempt to capture a practicing flame magician. Despite his checkered past and rugged mannerisms, Jack Koroshan had gained a friend who was a learned and benevolent hierophant. Almost as if he was talking to his battered old dingo, Jack spoke. "Time for us to visit old Brother Exoxy." Brother Exoxy had fallen from the favor of the Silver Crescent Order, where he had been initiated, anointed, and ordained. He had spent the last 3.5 years worshipping and practicing in solitude. Some of what he had learned before was forgotten or abandoned, but some genuinely useful practices had been formulated in his time alone.